What's up? How's it going? So, I think I'm gonna start on the tutorial series for how to play Legendary. This first video, I'll probably just do a normal basic game and kind of talk you through some of the base rules here as I play out a game. Because honestly, the best way to learn is just to play and look up whatever you don't understand. And so after this first game, I'll probably just play like I normally do with all the expansions and stuff, and just explain things as I go. So to get this into just the base set, we can just toggle all this stuff off, and I'm probably going to use the villain basic bystanders instead of the normal ones. I just like the card art on these a little better, and I'm a little more used to it. So we can see that our bystander is set up correctly, and all this stuff did too. And then to get to core set here, we can just toggle all this stuff and turn on core set. And so now we should be playing base legendary. After it lags out because we're literally taking 90% of the game out. So cool, we're good to go. Yeah. And I'm actually gonna play this multi-hand mode with 2 players, because I know a lot of people will probably play multiplayer instead of advanced solo. Maybe I'll make a separate series on like advanced solo rule set, but doing multiplayer is actually a lot simpler than advanced solo as well. Cool. So I guess the first player that goes will be white here. That'll be fine. We got Magneto. Okay. This player reveals X-Men or discards down to 4. We have Gambit and Storm here, so that'll help with that. I don't know what kind of decks I want to go. I'm not entirely sure that just because these two are both X-Men, they probably don't play very well together. Storm's probably going to be like a card that both decks can pick up. The Spider-Man, might just replace him. Yeah, I think I will. So I'll just grab another hero instead of Spider-Man. We got Thor here. That's alright. Him and Storm might go okay together. I don't know. It's kind of... Let's just get started and see what happens. So here we're gonna have 18 total bystanders in the villain deck. Bystanders in the villain deck are killbot villains with attack equal to the number of twists next to the scheme. So as we go along and draw more scheme twists, the killbots will just get harder and harder to kill, and if 5 bystanders escape, we lose. That seems perfectly logical, or reasonable, not logical. So now I'm just gonna double check this and make sure it added the 18 bystanders correctly, because I've never seen this set up. So we got 1, 2. We only have 2 bystanders. Interesting. I did pull out the 3 schemes. I'll have to fix that. This is another reason why I like to play this stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, we only need 16 because we have 2 in there already. Sorry for doing this on camera, but yeah, I didn't... Huh. It's here. It's scripted to do it. Wonder why. Don't know. Interesting. Anyway, we fixed it. And, yeah, we'll just leave them face down. That way the bystander button will work. Okay, cool. Sorry for dilly-daddling. Anyway, it's player white's turn. So the first thing you want to do after the game gets set up is player one's going to reveal his villain deck card. They're all shuffled because I looked at the villain deck. Alright, so in this case, bystanders are villains, so they're just going to come into the city like a villain would. But when you reveal a card, if it's a villain, it comes into the city. If it's a bystander, normally they get captured by the closest villain to the villain deck. If it's a scheme twist, you have to read what the scheme does. So as you see on here, towards the bottom it says twist. Just put this next to the scheme. But if it's a Master Strike, you have to do what the Mastermind's Master Strike ability is. In this case, you know, we each have to, or each player has to reveal an X-Men hero or discard down to 4 cards of your choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's a weird hand, but it's actually cool because we can take care of this bystander. And yeah, so now that we've revealed our villain card, we can take our turn. Each one of these cards has a attack value and a recruit value or a recruit value, and then a cost. So if we look at this card here, so in the top left you have your team symbol. This guy belongs to a shield team, and then there's along this area here there will be classes. So if we look at Gambit over here, he's got this symbol below the team symbol, so that means he's a red class, or a covert class, I think is what it's actually called. But generally whenever they speak about classes, it'll always have the symbol there. Sometimes it'll say in parentheses the name of it, like covert or tech, or I think this is ranged or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, they all have names and symbols. And then Bypower is in the star icon, and attack is in the claw marks. So what attack does, see, in this current hand here I have 4 attack and 2 bypower. So with the attack I can attack villains in the city, and a normal villain is going to kind of cheat here, but a normal villain will have a attack value in the bottom right with claw marks on it. Sometimes this gets modified, like sometimes things will get like make them stronger or weaker, or different stuff. This bystander is currently a villain with attack equal to the number of twist here, because that's what the scheme says, right? So it says special rules: bystanders in the villain deck count as killbot villains with attack equal to the number of twists next to the scheme. So that's a thing. Alright, so cool. That's that taken care of. And I'll show you, as we play, you'll kind of see how I use attack and recruit a little more. And also, during your turn, whoops, I guess green player is going first. I forgot that this happens. Anyway, so during your turn, you can play cards out of your hand in any order that you want, as many cards as you want. You don't have to play cards, so if I didn't want to play this shield agent, I could just leave him in my hand and not play him. I wouldn't get to recruit or anything for him, but I could choose to not play him. and that's useful sometimes with characters like cards with special effects. Like, let's say I had this Gambit in my hand, so draw 2 cards, put a card from your hand on top of your deck. Say I didn't want to do that for whatever reason, I could just leave him in my hand and not proc that effect. But in this case, there's really no reason for me not to play all my cards, so I'm just going to throw them all out here and see what I got. So I got 2 attack and 4 recruit. I guess I'll start this guy kind of going down the Gambit path here. There's like a whole like metagame or meta strategy and like how you want to draft cards and if they're helpful to you or whatever. But right now, since there's a bunch of Gambit out here, I'm just going to use this 4 recruit to pick up these 2 Gambits and give this guy a little more option in the HQ for when he recruits. So that's going to be the end of white player's turn, so I'll just hit this clean button. Now normally in multiplayer, you'll have your end turn buttons up here in this area of the screen right below all this menu stuff. But since I'm playing multi-hand mode, I have to use the clean buttons, and that could be a reason why it didn't do the bystanders properly. I'll have to look into that a little more. It may be going by number of players or something rather than the global value that I set with multi-hand for number of players. There's no telling, but I'll look into that later. Okay, cool. So now it's green player's turn, and he's just going to reveal a villain deck card. We know what it is because we kind of cheated, but it's okay. So now this guy has a couple different options here. He has 4 attack and then 2 recruit. With 2 recruit, there's not much you can do with the current HQ the way it is. But I know that because of the way the starter deck's set up, and this is actually super interesting, but next turn he's going to have 6 recruit. So the starter deck has 4 attack agents, 4 attack troopers, and 8 troopers with recruit. So since he drew all 4 of his attack on this turn, the only thing left in here is 6 1 recruit troopers. So he's going to have 6 recruit next turn, which is going to be a good turn for him. So I don't really want to proc this effect on him, since I know he's going to be drawing 6 recruit next turn. If I proc this effect on him, it's going to bring him down to 5 cards in deck, and then he has a potential to draw a trooper here, which is, it would be okay. He would still have 5 recruit, but I'll try to keep it to 6 next turn. So instead, I'll just kill this bystander. It's a kill bot because he has 3 attack. I have 4. So I can just kill him. He goes to my victory pile. I generally try to keep the bystanders separate from these. And then with the 2 recruit here, I'm just going to buy a sidekick. So sidekicks, if you're playing the base game, all the sidekicks are the same, right? But if you're not playing base game, there's actually different kinds of sidekicks. So this deck will always be face down for the most part. But they always cost 2 recruit. So I can just buy one of these for 2 recruit. And that'll be his turn. So we're going to go back over to player white here. And he's going to reveal his villain. See, his ambush is that he captures a bystander. So we'll just take a bystander and put on top of him here. Now, I don't believe that this is considered a killbot villain. So if he escapes with this bystander, it will not count towards our loss condition. So he's going to play, and going by the logic of the last time, right? If there's 2 troopers in your opening hand, that means there's going to be 2 troopers in your second hand. So you're going to have 2 turns, basically, with a 4-2 hand. And I've seen a lot of discussion about this among legendary players and how, like, this should not be how this works, because when you have a 3 or 4 player game, if everybody has a 4-2 hand, for the most part, nobody can attack anything on the board until 6 turns have passed in 3 players. So let's say 1, 2, 3, and then I have a 4-2 hand again. So that's 4, a 4-2 hand, 5, a 4-2 hand is 6. That's like 6 turns of things just coming out of the villain deck, and there's no way you can hit them. The best you can hope for maybe is like a wall crawl or something happening, but that's, you know, depending on the heroes, that could be rare. Give me just a second, let me grab some water here. Alright. Yeah, with this new mouse pad, my water is a little bit out of reach, so I have to like move the microphone, grab the water, and I'm gonna figure something out for that, I guess, before the next video. Anyway, so we got our 4-2 hand here. He was kind of going down the Gambit path. We'll just pick up this 4-drop Gambit and see what comes out. Cool. And that's basically his turn. So that's this guy. See what this guy does. No ambush, so we're good there. Fight. Each player reveals X or gains a wound. Alright, cool. And like I predicted, this guy has 6 recruit now. So he's not going to be doing anything except recruiting this turn. I'm thinking about maybe a little bit of Storm Thor action going on. That could be interesting. Nick here, yeah, he'd probably be better off in this Gambit deck. Maybe if there's like things that proc off a red or whatever. I don't know. Gambit really wants to be paired with Storm, doesn't he? That's right. But he can also set himself up. I don't know. It's a little confusing. We'll just play it kind of safe here, and we'll start down the storm path of this guy a little bit. There's a really interesting combo potential with Gambit and Storm in this, but she just doesn't really have the colors to help Gambit. I don't know. Have to look. Cool. And then, so now I have 3 recruit left over. Probably just grab an officer here. Cool. And now it's white player's turn. That is a Killbot villain. Also, I can rename this bystander to something to make it like, you know, so that way I know that it's an actual bystander. I'll just say that it's a real bystander. Cool. So first up, I'm going to play this Gambit here. Now I know that the top card of my deck is probably not going to be Gambit. I have 9 cards here, and the only other Gambit I have is this one. So if I play this card first, then I'm probably going to whiff on this effect. So I'm going to play this Gambit to see if I can find my other Gambit. I can't, so I just put one of these back, and that's fine. So I play him, we know he whiffs, it's fine. So that's 2, 3, 4 attack, and 3 recruit. Get that Thor, but I don't really want that Thor for this deck. So we may be going Maria purchase here on this deck as well. But the 4 attack is going to be nice. Stop stacking, please. Thank you. Because we can either take out this Killbot here for 3, or we can take out this Doombot for 3. I may just take out this Doombot here, And because we know what one of the cards is on top of our deck. Okay, cool. So we KO this guy and put the other one back. And that may seem like a bad thing if you're new, but anytime that you can get rid of these basic cards, you kind of want to be doing that, if at all possible. Because, you know, as you go along, you'll be recruiting things out of the HQ and upgrading your deck, and then these are just sitting there doing basically nothing. You know, you know, you could be drawing like ultimate instead of one of these guys, right? So I think, yeah, we'll take an officer for this deck as well. Officers are kind of important because they kind of boost your recruit power. So even though I drew a trooper here, right? I still have 6 recruit because I have an officer in hand. Well, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So getting a couple early is never a bad idea. But you never want more than like maybe 3. I'd say 3 tops. Well, you can do whatever you want, but you know, logically speaking, in most games I only go for like 3 officers. So this guy's gonna have a recruit turn again. This could be useful for him. This is kind of a later in the game card, even though it's for recruit. You can't really get a whole lot of effect out of it other than the 2 buy power until like a little bit later. So I'm just gonna buy this for 4 for him, and then get him a sidekick here. Alright, now let's hope that this guy can gambit into something to help take care of these bystanders, or these killbots, because they are flooding the city. He did not. That's not good. So we're probably going to have our first escape here. It's kind of good to see what happens when that occurs. So we got 4 recruit, 2 attack, good old 4-2 hand. So I'll just pick up this that Nick for him here and see what kind of happens here. Hulk. Interesting. Cool. So that's basically his turn, right? Yep. So now this guy goes, and this guy right here is guaranteed to escape, unfortunately. So we play this. Interesting. So this guy comes out, he's a villain, he's going to enter the city, and this Green Goblin is going to escape. Now, the first thing you have to check for when they escape is an escape effect, because you do all the escapes before you do this ambush effect. So this guy does not have an escape effect on his card. Like this guy right here says escape, same effect. So we don't have to worry about that. But he did have a bystander. Now since he had a bystander on him when he escaped, everybody has to discard 1 card from hand. So this guy's gonna discard just a agent here. And then this guy is also gonna just discard an agent. Kind of sucks, but we need this attack power. And then we have to KO a hero from the HQ that costs 6 or less. So no 7s or 8s. So we can KO any of these heroes. And I'm going to go ahead and vote that we get rid of this Technic, because there's not a lot of tech in the game. So even though that's a 3 recruit 2 attack card, it's pretty good. This is a 4 recruit 2 attack. But 4 recruit's pretty easy to get to, and this guy's probably never going to proc his tech effect. So we'll just get rid of him. And now we can do this ambush effect. So each player KOs 2 heroes from their discard pile, which is amazing, honestly. So he's going to KO one of each here, and I think I will also KO one of each if I have the option. Yep, cool. So what I did, the way I did that was I just right-clicked the discard pile and click search on each of them, and then that allowed me to kind of filter through and do that. So cool. Now we're really hoping for a attack here so that this guy doesn't escape. Of course I don't get it. So we got a pretty good recruit and going on again. So it's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit and 2 attack. So she's just gonna buy this Thor here. Cool. Well. Oh, also in the mod, if you didn't know, sidekicks, they go back to the sidekick stack when you play them. But if you just leave them on your mat, then at the end of your turn, it'll return them for you. So this guy's gonna escape, but we're good. So each person has an X-Men hero. So this guy escapes. So the first thing we have to do is check his escape effects. So it says escape, same effect. So each player reveals an X-Men hero or gains a wound. I have an X-Men hero. He also has an X-Men hero, so nobody gains wounds. We're good there. And there wasn't anything else special going on here. So now we have to KO a card that costs 6 or less. So let's get rid of this Hulk. Interesting. And now this guy didn't have any ambushes, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're gonna play this guy. Same thing with the Gambit here. So we drew 2. All we really need currently is 3 attack. If we could get to 6, that would be great, but we can't get to 6, so we'll just put back one of the attack guys, and that'll leave us 4 recruits. And it's one short of getting this Hulk. Bummer. So that's the 3 attack. We know that this is not an X-Men. So we have 4 recruit and 3 attack. So kill this bystander here. And we'll pick up a sidekick new recruit. Because we don't really want any of these cards. Getting this Hulk would be a consideration, but most of these are going to fit into his deck over here. So we just have to wait until he recruits his stuff for the most part. Great. So now this guy here has 2 attack. So 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit. Sadly, he's 1 recruit short of picking up both of these Thor cards. There's an interesting thing for him getting this Hulk, but I think that would be a little bit out of his comfort zone. Alright, so he spent 3, 2. So he has 2 left, so you pick up a sidekick here. And now one of our whoa! What is this? Oh. I don't know where this... Oh, I guess it came off the bystander stack here. When the seats change, it does weird things with the screen. Okay, cool. So, on my turn, more likely than not, here, one of these Killbot villains... Oh, never mind. Cool beans. So we got a Master Strike, so we have to look at Magneto here. Whenever you get a Master Strike, it does not go into the city unless it says it does. But this time we don't. So each player has to reveal an X-Men or discard down to 4. I have an X-Men, and he has an X-Men, so we're both good. So here on my turn, I'm going to play this guy. And, alright, so I drew again. Oh, 2 gambits. Very nice. So I'm going to put this gambit back. And then, so this guy's pretty strong, this Nick Fury here. He's particularly strong because he allows you to gain this officer to your hand. It's pretty good. But I'm just going to go ahead and play this guy here and draw my other gambit and play him as well. So now we can do the gambit thing again. Cool. So I have to put one of these cards back, but I can put this this agent back and then keep this new recruit and just draw that agent again. Sweet. So now we're looking at 3 attack, 4 attack, and we have 4 recruit in hand. But with Nick here, we can actually KO this agent from our hand and gain an officer in its place. So now we have 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit. So I can buy this Hulk, which I think I will do. And I have 4 attack, so I can kill one of the killbots and prevent it from escaping. So that turned out to be a pretty good turn. Everything came up roses. So we got another killbot coming into the city. Thankfully, I don't want to jinx this. Knock on wood plastic. We can keep managing the city as we try to build up our decks here. So I have a sidekick, so I'll just play it and draw 2 cards. The way I'm drawing these cards like this is I have this button here bound to a mouse button, so I just throw the sidekick down and press it twice. Also, this will like shuffle things over for you and stuff like that, so it's a pretty good way of doing stuff. So now I have some interesting plays here. So with this storm, I have 3 attack at face value basically, but I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit, which is sadly is 1 short of proccing this for an extra +3 attack, but that's okay. 7 recruit will afford me this storm ultimate here, and I will buy it immediately. So because I want to secure it. It's pretty good old. Now, this card says any villain I fight on the rooftops gets -2 attack. So this guy only has 1 attack currently. Sadly, I can't fight him and a killbot, and I really want to get rid of this killbot so that he doesn't escape and count towards our lose condition here. But and also, like, as the game goes on, more and more twist is going to make these get harder and harder to kill. This guy will always be 3 attack. So that's a pretty good turn for him. He's going to just end his turn, and we're going to hop over to this guy. So he's got a sidekick as well, so he'll draw 2 cards. See how I shuffled that over for me? I don't have to worry about it. Unfortunately, we drew our Nick again into our hand, which is kind of a bad thing. I mean, he's great in your hand, but if you can play him and KO something from your discard and just straight up add an agent to your hand, that's even better. So I'm gonna play out my attack here. So I have 3 attack. I'll take care of this this killbot here, and now I have 3, 4 recruit, and this Nick. I guess I'll play this Nick, get rid of this guy, and go for the officer in hand. So that upgrades me to 5 recruit, and I guess I'll pick up this Hulk card here. It may be transitioning from whatever to more things. I don't know. Like, this guy is kind of committed to whatever this guy's not playing, right? Because this guy's kind of going Storm Thor, which I think could be a pretty interesting combo. I'm not entirely sure. I've never played it. But since a majority of his cards are in the HQ right now, this guy's basically just recruiting whatever comes up that's not his cards. And it may seem like pretty weak, but it can turn out pretty good. Alright, cool. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. It looked like something extra went. I was like, looked weird. Alright, so here we go. Cool. Can't defeat Blob unless you have an X-Men hero, but good on that. So play a sidekick. Go ahead and draw 2 cards here. So, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't make 8 or more. So we play this guy first. And then we can play the Storm to draw another card. Sweet. So now we have 3 attack and 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit. So that'll allow us to get this 6-drop Thor here, which is pretty strong. And it'll also allow us to kill this Doombot Legion. And look at the top 2 cards of our deck. KO 1, put the other one back. And this is going along pretty well. Ooh. Interesting. There's another Killbot. Now, this Hulk's a really good card, but I want to be careful when playing it. Oh my goodness. That was pretty lucky. I want to be careful when playing it. Because, so I'll just put one of these guys back. There we go. Then it doesn't really matter what I put back because I can use the sidekick to draw it. I should have used the sidekick first to dig deeper into my deck, but that's okay. I'll get into this Hulk. Okay, so now I have a better reason to play this Hulk. So this Hulk will gain everybody wounds, me and this other guy here. And that's not something that you want to just do willy-nilly, right? So you want to think, like, if I'm adding wounds to this guy's deck, then his, like, well-oiled machine here just got a little less well-oiled, you know what I mean? So, but in this case, I can probably hit Magneto here if I play this card, because I'll have 4, and then this guy's 3, so that's 7. And then that's going to be 9 with Gambit. So that's a Mastermind hit right there. So I'll gladly take wounds for that. So as we mapped out, that's 9 attack. That's going to be 4 recruit and 7 recruit. So 9 attack, 7 recruit. Sadly, the HQ is still full of his stuff, but we'll figure out something to do with this recruit, I'm sure. This guy, ooh, it's actually pretty rough for that to escape. I may just take this to clear 2. So this guy's still 3 attack, so I'll kill this this Juggernaut. I'd rather not KO 2 heroes from my hand at any point in time. That just sounds nasty. And then I'll take this other Killbot out for a total of 9 attack. Most of the time, I always say, like, just hit the Mastermind, because that is the win condition most of the times. But I don't know. I think KOing 2 heroes from your hand just could be bad. And this way we also clear up the city a little bit too, and we get a loss condition out of the way as well. So, you know, I can totally see the argument for hitting the Mastermind. I may have made a mistake there, but you know, you never know. Okay, cool. So we have our Storm ultimate. We do not have a blue that'll proc the Mastermind getting -2 attack, but anybody that we fight on the bridge will have -2 attack. There's nobody on the bridge, so whatever. So that's gonna be 5 attack, and that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit again. Oh boy. So now with this Storm, we have a lot of options here. So we can basically hit one of anything in the city. So we're gonna want to, like, hit the one that's gonna probably hurt us the most. Blob is just a villain. basically. He doesn't do anything special, except for the fact that you can't hit him unless you have an X-Men. But we both have X-Men, so we can hit him almost any time. This guy is pretty weak, so we don't want to worry about him with 5 attack. This guy is a consideration because, you know, each player reveals an X-Men hero. But this Mystique here, if she escapes, then she becomes a Scheme Twist that takes effect immediately. So she basically just transforms into a Scheme Twist, powering up all the kill bots. So I think I'm going to kill her. Or him, or whatever it transforms into. And so now we have 7 recruit, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can buy this 3-dropper and a 4-dropper. Oof, dude, this hero deck is just it's being one of those games. So we'll buy that 4-drop. There we go. There's a gambit for this guy finally. So we're gonna hop over to him here. Awesome. There's a kill bot. So I'm gonna play this Nick first, and I'm gonna KO this guy to get a officer to hand. so you remember that I was like, most of the time I don't play with more than 3 officers, but this is one of those special scenarios because he's basically turning these guys into them. So eventually I'll just, instead of having these guys, I'll just have all officers, which is great. So now I have 3 attacks, so I can kill this bystander here, no problem. And I have 5 recruit, so that allows me to buy this pretty easily. And I'll pick up a sidekick here. Cool, and this can be the end of his turn. There's another kill bot. So he has a lot of attack in hand. Like 2, 3, 4, 5 attack. This guy's not going to get procced. He only has 3 recruit. Oof, that's a low recruit draw hand. This guy needs to be getting rid of these troopers ASAP. So he can kill this guy or Blob. But I think he's going to kill the Doombot Legion here. We'll KO this, and we'll put that Thor back. There's a Scheme Twist. So this is, the bystanders are now 4 attack. Alright, sweet. This is a pretty good looking hand here. So the first thing that we probably want to do here is just use our sidekick to draw deeper in our deck. So we'll do that. And that's just 2 cards that I drew into my hand. So now we can play this guy and draw 2 more, and now we can put a card back. Or now we have to put a card back, I should say. Guess we'll just put that guy back. Then we'll play the other Gambit. And we'll put one of those guys back again. Or yeah, because there's not really a whole lot for us to recruit right now. I'll play this guy, KO this guy, and gain an officer. Cool. So we have the potential to have 6 attack, but like I said, I don't want to give this guy wounds for very little reasons. And the city's looking okay, so I'm just not going to play this Hulk. I'm just going to put him there in my discard. We have 2 attack and 6 recruit, which with 6 recruit we can't really do anything with. We could look at possibly taking one of his storms here. You know what? We may. We're just gonna take one of his storms. He has a bunch of them out there already, and you know, he has plenty of things to be recruiting. He's not gonna miss this storm at all, and it's an X-Men that can be picked up by that other Gambit we have, so that's fine. Alright, so there's a Doombot. Cool. So here we can easily make 8 recruit. So this guy will get procced. I don't know if we can prop him and Storm though. That's gonna be tricky. No, we can. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof. Nope. We have to play Storm before him to get the 3 attack. Do we want the 3 attack though? Is it that important? I'll have 10 recruit. I mean, the 3 attack will allow us to kill the Doombot Legion. But the draw card might also allow us to do that as well. Alright. We'll just play this guy first then. Because see, the way this is worded says if you made 8 or more recruit this turn, you get +3 attack. So made is like past tense. Some of them just say if you make 8 or more attack this turn, do this. And those are like proactive, but I don't think that this is proactive. There could be like a later clarification on it, but I'm not going to look that up right now. This is already going on pretty good amount of time. So we're going to draw a card from Storm. Alright, cool. That's 11 recruit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can buy this and have 3 left over, which can't really afford us anything. So we'll just pick up that guy. Alright, so this guy comes out, he captures a bystander. We know that because the last time we played him, he captured a bystander. So here, we have a wound coming into play here. So we can, we're going to use Gambit to draw 2. Now we have to put 1 back. This kind of stinks that we draw it into this Gambit because we know that whatever we put back is not going to be an X-Men hero. But that's okay. I have 5 attack in hand, so we'll just put this guy back. We don't want this wound going back because it'll wind up in our next hand, so we want to keep it in our hand now so that it gets discarded. So that's 5 attack, 3 recruit. That's 1 short of grabbing this Hulk, which is unfortunate. What did I put back? So let's put this back instead. That way we get our 2, 3, 4 recruit. We have 4 attack here. The 4 attack will take out the Killbot, and the 4 recruit will afford us this Hulk. So that's a pretty good turn on our part. And we got a Master Strike. This guy has X-Men, barely, but he does. And this guy also has an X-Men with the Gambit, barely, but he still does. So we don't have to worry about Magneto here. Cool. We're down to 32 cards in the villain deck. Alright, so this guy will have 6 attack if I play this guy first. Actually, I'll have 6 attack if I just play her first. Cool. Blue. But we're not going to be able to proc this guy's +3 attack, so we might as well play him first and get both effects from him and her. Because this guy's blue will proc the blue effect on her card as well as this card. They don't get like consumed or anything. So that's cool. And he has a wound in hand. So that's 3 recruit. It's not going to help him too much out here. So he'll go grab a sidekick with that. But he has a pretty good amount of attack. That's going to be 11 attack. Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? This guy has 5 recruit. 1 short of getting this, but he can still pick up one of these storms. Cool. So that's 11 attack, and the Mastermind gets -2, and anything on the bridge gets -2. So this guy's 3 as well. So this is 6, and this is 3. And we have 11 attack. So that's 9. So we'll go ahead and fight this guy for 5. And just get him out of there. And then we'll hit Magneto once. Because he was 6, we were like 1 short of hitting him twice. Yeah. But anyway, alright, recruit an X-Men hero from the HQ for free. Cool. That's pretty beneficial, so we'll grab that for her. Or him, or whatever this player. Alright, cool. Pretty good turn there. We got a hit on the Mastermind. Only 3 more to go. Alright. So play this guy and see what's on top of our deck. Wound. Great. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit. And 3 attack. So that wound being on top is going to help us out. So when we fight this Doombot, we can look at our top 2 cards of our deck. We'll KO this wound and put the other guy back. Sweet. So that's going to be 6, 7 recruit. Will allow us to buy. We'll get this Gambit for 2. So we're down to 5. We can get this Gambit for 4. Sweet. We're looking pretty good here. There's a 4 attack Killbot. The villain on the rooftop gets -2 this turn, so he's 4 attack, but we only have 3. Alright, cool. So we can take out that guy, and we have 4 recruit. So with the 4 recruit, we'll just buy our storm here. And we'll kill this lizard guy. And he's not in the sewers, so we don't have to worry about his fight effect, essentially. So we'll go ahead and clean. Now we have a Doombot guy. Man, I forgot how unoverpowered the core set is. So like most of the time when these like core set bosses come up, like you're like, oh boy, it's Magneto. We're just gonna slap this guy because he only has 8 attack. But when you're playing only the core set, 8 attack is a lot, apparently. Also, I could have just built the decks kind of bad, but you know, whatever. We don't have a wound. We got rid of it, so that guy's not going to proc. Interesting. We have the spectrum hand going on. Green, blue, yellow. So that's going to be 5 recruit, which is 1 short of getting this Nick, which is unfortunate. And we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack, and anything on the rooftops gets -2. So this is going to be 4. So this is 4. So we can only kill 1 thing no matter what. So we'll go ahead and just kill this Killbot here. We'll have 2 attack left over, but that's okay. So they have 5 recruit, so let's pick up a sidekick new recruit. Because there's not really anything. There's not really anything that I want. This Gambit could be useful, I guess, but we have so many Marias because of this Nick that we got. And this Nick is not useful to us right now. If we get more of these, it could actually be a bad thing. Like this, the one that we have has served its purpose more than enough. And honestly, this guy may look at picking this up just to be cycling things out of his deck as well. Yep, so it's going to be his turn. Alright. Now this guy goes. He's going to draw 2. He's got Big Boy Thor here. You can use Star as attack this turn. This is going to get nasty quick. So it's going to be 5. And he's a range, so that means that she'll draw us a card. Wound. Whoop-dee. But that's 7 recruit. And that's going to be 9 recruit, so this guy will get his +3 attack here off of him because we've made 8 recruit so far. That's 2 more recruit and 2 attack. We may hit Magneto a lot. Cool, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 recruit, and 5 attack, which comes out to be 18 total attack if I use everything. So I'll hit Magneto once. Choose one of your X-Men heroes. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, add that hero to your hand as a 7th card. Basically give one of my X-Men heroes teleport. So I'll do that for the only X-Men hero I have currently, which is a Storm card. And so I'm going to hit him another time. This will be 16 damage. Each other player reveals an X-Men hero or gains 2 wounds. Well, he has a handful of them, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Cool. So we hit Magneto twice. We have 2 attack left over. There's not really any, or 2 recruit left over. So we can say that we have 2 recruit left over, right? Because what actually has happened here is, as we've been making these recruit and attack points, right? So we had 5 basic attack, and then we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 13 recruit because of her. So that's what's been happening, right? And so as we spend these, like this stuff is in like these pools over here. So as we've been spending out of this pool to attack the Mastermind, we can say the first attack that we made, we took 5 from attack, and then we took, because of this card, it allowed us to take 3 from our recruit points. We hit him once. So then we can say the next attack we made, we just took 8 from our recruit points down to 2. And we could have done that the other way as well, and wound up with, you know, we could have done that however we wanted. We could have wound up with 1 attack, 1 recruit left over, or 2 attack left over, or 2 recruit left over. But I'm going to say that we did it this way with 2 recruit and get a sidekick. So that's something to keep in mind as you're playing, right? Like kind of manipulating spending the spendage of points in your favor. Cool. Master Strike. I have X-Men heroes. He has X-Men heroes. We're good to go. So I'm gonna play this Gambit first, I think. We're gonna put this trooper back. Then we're gonna play this guy, and we're going to get rid of an agent out of our discard pile before I do anything else, right? And pick up an officer to my hand. And now something interesting is going to happen. So I'll play this Gambit, and I'll draw 2 and shuffle in, and then I'll put 1 back. So I want to get to 8 so I can hit Magneto, but that way we can end this game. So I'll put this guy back, and then I'll play this Gambit to draw 2, and I guess I'll put this guy back, and I'll play the sidekick to draw 2 more. Alright, cool. We don't have any attack. But I mean, this guy should be able to take care of things on his turn, hopefully, and finish out Magneto. So I'll just play this down and grab our wounds because of the Hulk. It's going to give us 6 attack, and I got 7 recruit here. So with the 7 recruit, I'll just pick up this Nick, and with the 6 attack, I'll just kill the Green Goblin, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much. And I'll end my turn. Alright, a Doombot comes out. So let's see if this guy can make 8 attack. Oh, he can make 8 attack easy. This is 6. That's 7, 8. Dead. Nice job. We do still have to do this effect, but I mean, it's not going to cause us to lose, so I'm not going to rescue all these bystanders. Well, I mean, I guess I could. They're just normal. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3. So just 3 bystanders there, and there we go. That's the end of the game. GG, we beat him. Now there's alternate rule sets for like the final showdown or whatever, where you can like fight the Mastermind an additional time, or you know, the game's not over until you beat the face card of the Mastermind, but that just like prolongs the game a little bit if you want to play a little longer. There's also, if you're playing multiplayer, you can there's a rule set. All this stuff is in the rules. You can like look them up online, or this book here shows the rule sets that I talk about too. You can like tally up all your victory points, and whoever has the most victory points is the final winner. But I never play that because most of the time when we're playing, it's pretty rough. Like it's rough enough just to win against the Mastermind. Also, another thing to consider. So there's a couple different ways that you can lose the game. We actually had a very tame game this time. Like we had a lot of time to like build our decks and do whatever we wanted, because we had a bunch of villains in the villain deck, and our scheme was kind of timed, but there wasn't a lot of scheme twists that come up. So you know, it didn't really get hectic out here with these bystanders, and push us towards this lose condition. So another way that you can quote unquote lose is if the villain deck runs out. So if we played all the villain deck cards and we got down to 1 here on the turn, so let's say that this guy ended his turn, right? And then it's this guy's turn, and there's only 1 card left. I play the last card, and then you have the end of until the end of this turn to win. So let's say I was trying to hit the extra Mastermind, right? I would need to hit him this turn, or we draw. Like the Mastermind wins, or like it's a draw game is basically. But I kind of count that as losing, right? To me, a draw is a loss, but you can play that however you want. It's up to you. Hilarious enough, I think. Yeah, I could have actually hit him on my turn here, so I can KO a wound out of my discard pile, right? For 2 attacks, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attack, easy, nice. And we would draw something too. Yeah, so that's base legendary. I'm sorry this took forever to play out, but hopefully you learned something. And here in a couple days, I'll try to upload these videos pretty regularly, and have a little bit of fun while we learn. Peace out.